Now, Morocco's foreign minister, Nasser Bourita, says his country has accepted the Algerian proposal to hold a session of the Council of Foreign Ministers of the Arab Maghreb Union. Rabat, however, has expressed doubts about the realization of tangible results in the conference. It instead wants a bilateral dialogue session between it and Algiers.
Exactly, Jerry. It's been 3 weeks since Morocco launched a call for bilateral dialogue with Algeria. However, there is silence on the Algerian side. And of course, the diplomatic relations between the two countries have been broken since 2005, and their borders have also been closed for more than 20 years. The big question now is whether this organization, the Arab Maghreb Union, will also make it possible to relaunch the dialogue between Algeria as well as Rabat.
Tariq Hafid is our correspondent in Algiers. He joins us now. Tariq, bonjour, comment allez-vous?
Très bien, merci, bonjour.
Very well, thank you.
C'est bon. Nasser Bourita, Morocco foreign minister, has responded favorably to the holding of a session of the Council of Foreign Ministers of the Arab Maghreb Union, one of the main bodies of this regional political organization, which was created in 1989. What can we make of this, Tariq?
Well, it's not an easy question. The Rabat agreement was reached following a meeting between the Moroccan Minister of Foreign Affairs and the Algerian ambassador to Rabat. The official statement of the department sanctioning this meeting states that Morocco, quote, has no objection in principle to the holding of a meeting of the Council of Foreign Ministers of the AMU.
Le Maroc ne peut que douter de ce que cette 35e réunion ministérielle puisse parvenir à des résultats tangibles.
The statement also states, nevertheless, Morocco can only doubt that this 35th ministerial meeting can achieve tangible results different from the previous 34 in the absence of good preparation and responsible direct dialogue between the two AMU member states.
Mais il le fait sans conviction.
So clearly, Morocco accepts in principle the holding of a session of this body, the last meeting of which was held in May 26 in Tunis.
Clearly, it is the bilateral dialogue with Algiers that tops its priority. But really, why? Why does Morocco want this direct dialogue with its Algerian neighbor?
So we must return to the speech given on 6 November by King Mohammed VI on the occasion of the 43rd anniversary of the Green March. In a speech, the Moroccan king had proposed the creation of a joint political mechanism to overcome disputes. For this country, the two main disputes between it and Algeria are the Western Sahara case and the question of reopening the border closed since 1994. The king's speech was presented as an extended hand to his eastern neighbor, but Algeria had no official reaction. The reason is very simple. The Western Sahara case is being settled by the United Nations. It's a question of decolonization that must be completed by a referendum on self-determination. With regard to the reopening of the border, Algeria requires an official apology for being wrongly accused of committing the terrorist attack in Marrakesh in 1994. Algerians also point to the risk of an explosion in cannabis trafficking if it is 1559 kilometers long border reopens.
En cas de réouverture de cette frontière longue de 1559 km.
So the situation between the two countries is not likely to change anytime soon. Do you think this is likely to change?
So we're indeed facing a status quo between the two countries. Algerian officials refuse to be associated with the question of a Western Sahara, and they consider that the Moroccan proposal is directly linked to the holding of direct negotiations between Polisario Front and the government of Morocco, which are scheduled to take place in Geneva on the 5th and 6th of December. Algeria, like Mauritania, will present in Geneva, but as an observer country. These direct negotiations, the first since 2012, were initiated by Horst Kohler, the UN Secretary General's personal envoy for Western Sahara. It's not certain that this meeting will lead to a settlement of this conflict, which has been going on since 1975, but however, there is hope.
Tariq, en effet, hope is allowed, as you say. Thank you very much for speaking with us.
Merci.
You're very welcome.
Merci. Bonjour, Africanews Algerian correspondent Tariq Afid speaking to us there from Algiers. Don't forget, if you are just joining us, you're watching the Morning Call right here on Africanews, and we have all of the stories that we are bringing to you on our website, africanews.com. Also, our broadcasters in English and in French, and for those in the CanalSat network, you can actually choose either of the languages. All you need to do is to use the blue button on your remote control to change the settings in order to watch in English or French. Now, still to come on the program. We take you to Casablanca, Morocco, to see how co-working spaces have become the hobby of startups and freelancers. Plus, CAF President Issa Hayatou and his former Secretary General Hicham El Amrani indicted over corruption, fined 24.5 million euros by the Economic Court of Cairo. So, what was their undoing? We'll tell you this plus much more when we return after the break. Stay with us.